35. If she starts to sing more, it'll go up because singing is part of her joy.
No.
You want to say the record.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history.
All right, thank you for coming and joining me for another episode of Guess That Feminine Archetype. And today we're going to cover Taraji P. Henson. So the name of the game is I'm going to play some clips. And you're going to guess what archetype she's exhibiting during that clip. So let me give you an example of the archetype choices. There is the moon, the seated hawk, the elegant rose, and the treasure chest. So the moon is like the mother. She's nurturing. She's caring. She's concerned with the family construct. She's submissive. She's maternal. The seated hawk is kind of like the croon. He's intuitive. They're the bosses. They impose. They intuit the right plan. They're synergistic. Things like that. And then the elegant rose, also known as the siren or the maiden, is joyous, beautiful, sensual, artistic, carefree, arousing, giving pleasure with ease, and receiving pleasure with ease. And if you've seen her on The Color Purple, her character is exhibiting nothing but like full elegant rose, full on, and then it takes on an effect to where it's like, okay, I have all this joy. Let me elevate other women so they can have this joy and be their potential and live unapologetically also. So that's her, and that's the elegant rose. And then you have treasure chest. Treasure chest is about their money. They about multiplying that money. They about unifying. They're about constructing a community and harvest and abundance. And they also are matriarchal. So let's get started. In the first clip that we're going to get started on, just getting set up here. We're at the talk. So 2, 3. Okay, so here we go.
Because
Hold on a second. I'm going to go off camera real quick, get you some tissues.
I wasn't expecting that. Right. Well, that's because you are so incredible in this movie. So incredible.
Thank you so much.
We know you as an actor, but girl, you can sing with an A, baby. You can sing.
Girl, she can sing. We know you got this artistic thing as an actor, but girl, you can sing. This artistic flair as a singer as well. That's a clue.
Hey. Wow. So what did you do to prepare?
Okay, so that is the first clip, the first clue. What do you think it is? Do you think it's seated hawk? Do you think it's elegant rose? Do you think it's the moon? Do you think it's the treasure chest? What do you think she's exhibiting when she's like saying, hey, and I mentioned her in the role as well. What up? Okay, that's elegant rose all day. I'm sorry, I cheated. That is elegant rose. She surprised herself. She surprised.
Yes. Look at y'all reaction.
I surprised myself.
Really?
You did good. It sent chills. So if you guess elegant rose for this part of the segment, you are doing a good job. Plus, I kind of gave you a little bit of heads up, just a little bit, but you're doing a good job. This is the archetype. So an elegant rose, she's joyous, she's beautiful, she's sensual, she's artistic, carefree, giving pleasure with ease and receiving pleasure with ease. So not only is it, the aesthetically appealing type stuff that's going on, but the seductive and sensual person. She's beautiful without effort, which Taraji does exhibit that. She's beautiful without effort. So if you guessed elegant rose for this one, you are doing a good job. And I'm going to keep these clues to myself. All right, I'm just going to set this up. And these are your choices. The moon, which is nurturing and caring and generous, submissive, maternal, nurture what's growing, family construct, treasure chest, unifying, prosperous, social, constructing a community, Conserve, harvest in abundance. And then you have the croon, which is seated hawk. Synergistic, imposing, right brain, intuiting, or psychically predicting the correct plan. And then the last one is elegant rose, joyous, beautiful, giving, generously giving pleasure with ease and receiving pleasure with ease. Redesigning reality, carefree and arousing, sensual, things of that nature. Okay, so I'm going to set up this next one. And we are
and just go out to, you know, film and TV. And I have a kid now, and I thought the safest choice would be to come to LA. Yeah. So I kind of left music behind.
Yeah.
You know, because then I was like, well, where am I going touring with a baby? Like, you know, I really wanted, motherhood to me is very important, and I thought I wanted to pick the right choice where I could do both simultaneously and both very well. I didn't want to leave him abandoned, you know, to go out on the road. So I chose to come to LA. I think I made the right choice.
Clip the first clue. So which one do you think it is? Do you think it's moon, treasure chest, seated hawk, or elegant rose? And I'm going to set up the next clip. Moon, seated hawk, elegant rose, treasure chest, or moon.
So that movie like blew me away. I know it was dealing with a lot of trauma and everything, but you know, those subject matters we need to talk about if you really want to heal. You know, and that's what I love about this reimagining, because it shows you the healing. You know, as long as you're blessed with breath to live another day, you have time to say, I'm sorry.
That's right.
To call that relative you hadn't spoken to in a long time. And that's what this movie, you know, celebrates. Healing.
That's right.
Healing.
But speaking of money,
Yeah.
you and I have been in this business a long time. And we both have talked about pay disparities, especially black women in this industry. And I appreciate you and I thank you for using your platform to bring forth this important issue. So I just want to give you your flowers right now.
And I can't go too much because it starts to bleed into another archetype. But she mentioned being a mother. She mentioned being caring and nurturing to your family because, you know, life is short. You never know. She mentioned being generous with love, with accolades. Which one do you think this archetype she's exhibiting it now? Is it the moon, the seated hawk, the elegant rose, or the treasure chest? Go ahead and put your guess in now. I'll give you a second to guess. And if you need me to explain the archetypes again, I'm about to do it now. The treasure chest is unifying, prosperous, social, harvesting the abundance. Seated hawk is right brain, intuiting the plan, imposing, like being a boss girl, boss lady, a boss. The next one is elegant rose, joyous, beautiful, sensual, generating pleasure with ease and receiving pleasure with ease. And the last one is moon, nurturing, generous, submissive, maternal, nurturing what is growing and constructing family. So if you guessed moon, then you are correct. Go ahead and spread your fingers and give yourself a high five because you guessed it right and you did a good job. Okay, so we're going to set up for the next one.
I have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone.
Okay, so it's a community that's involved helping her be Taraji. Okay, so that's the first clip.
The fact that we're up as a whole.
Well, other than, you know, big bills and all of that, that's the next clue, right? Math ain't mathing.
Entire team behind us. Yes. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? So do the math. Now we have 5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed. Sometimes not more. After what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human and it seems every time I do something.
Right. So that was the first clip. What do you think she's exhibiting right now? Where is she at in her energy field? Is it treasure chest? Is it seated hawk? Is it moon? Is it elegant rose? Go ahead and, start to think, start to ponder and see where that is kind of resonating for you in your life. Like, where do you use, like for me, when I was working corporate, I needed help. And as a single parent raising my child, so I had an au pair, I had a maid service, I had a laundry service in order to maintain where we're at in my sanity. Like, can you imagine her doing her own hair, makeup, wardrobe, finding where she got to live, where she got to stay to and from, traveling to and from her sets and her jobs, and it just being her? That's a lot. You would burn out. So if you have it, you do that because those things are, not to say that they're not important, but those things are at a lower per hour point than where you should be. Some of these business gurus, they will say, if you are making $100 an hour and it is more advantageous for you to stick doing that task that makes you $100 an hour versus you stopping to wash the dishes and mop the floor, which is a $10 an hour job. Like, your presence, and you will serve yourself better by maintaining that $100 an hour job and just paying somebody to do the $10 an hour or the $20 an hour job that you would need so you can maintain your trajectory.
Smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough.
Use that part. Okay,
That's why I have other things. I have my TPH brand. I have my mental wellness. I have other things because this industry, if you let it, it'll steal your soul. But I refuse to let that happen.
Yes. Yeah.
Guess what archetype she is? Is it moon, treasure chest, seated hawk, or elegant rose? Go ahead and make your selection now. And if you chose treasure chest, go ahead and spread your fingers and give yourself a high five because you got the right answer. And let's move on to round 3.
And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I think it's an important message for people to hear because we see the lights, camera, action.
And then they tell me we don't translate overseas.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like...
That is the first one. And legacy. Like, if I don't do it, then the people coming behind me is going to have the same thing. Now, there are 2 archetypes that dealing with other people, keeping families and communities and stuff together. So that's your clue. But I do have to say one thing about this, where she said they don't translate overseas, and that is a damnable lie. And here is why. I used to live in Japan. I lived in Japan for 5 years. There are shows of Japanese dressing, and this is back in the 90s. I'm telling my age, but whatever. This is back in the 90s. I remember several shows where boys would dress up like they are hip hop. I'm talking about the hair. They got the little eyebrows. They got the pants, one up, one down. The big, because back then I think FUBU was in style. There was shows. The second thing is rap has made it all around the globe. They got Chinese rap, Korean rap. Some of the Chinese raps is pretty cool though, because it's kind of fun because they mix the martial arts, and the hat with the the rap. It's gangster rap that I'm thinking of, but the hat, like kung fu style. And he's rapping all gangster, and he's like, yeah, it kind of fits. You at least you did it right, Wigs, lip injection, booties, hips. Remember how black women used to get teased about the wigs and the weaves back in the 90s? Now everybody wearing it. And, Beyonce went around the planet. Now everybody's going, uh-oh. Everybody want heels. Men and women want to be doing that dance and all of that. It has went all around the planet, and that's just an is. It's just an is. When she's saying that the executives are saying that it don't translate. Even the hair, even the Afro hair now, y'all. They wear. See a Chinese person with Afro hair. I saw a Vietnamese woman with an Afro wig just the other day, styling it with Valentino shoes, a white dress. She had the hood and the Afro wig. These are not true. This is not true. It's a damnable lie. It's just not true. All right. So with this one here, she's focusing on community. So is it elegant rose, joyous, beautiful, sensual, artistic, arousing, giving pleasure with ease and receiving pleasure with ease, elegant rose or siren? Is it seated hawk? Was intuiting the plan, being very psychic, bossy? Is it the moon, which is nurturing, caring, generous, growing a family, submissive and maternal, the mama? Or is it the treasure chest, unifying, prosperous, social, earthy, matriarchal, constructing community and harvest and abundance? And make your guess. Because her main thing was legacy. So, construct, right? Then go ahead and spread your fingers, give yourself a high five. And see, one of the benefits of treasure chest is that it's involving a community. It knows that together we can go far. By myself, I can go fast, but together we can go far. And not only that, money is cyclical. So you're going to need to create money circles so that it's always coming back to you. There are certain communities, i.e. Jewish communities, and those who know money well, they circulate their money 9 times before it leaves their community. The average European 6 times, and African, unfortunately, we're like 2 or 3 at most. So being able to circulate resources empowers not only yourself, but the community and those who are helping you, thus adding to the prosperity. So it's like leveling up. I level you up, you level me up, then I get hired and you get hired. It's like that. And now we're going to get into the archetypes, dowsing her archetype. So I am a dowser percentage of each archetype that she has. Pretty sure it's all operating in the positive. I usually don't pick people who have anything in the negative, only because I just don't do it. I just don't do it. All right, so let's get started. Okay, great. Let's start with her elegant rose. Herself, one turnaround be 100%. What is the percentage of Taraji P. Henson's elegant rose? Taraji. Getting around 25, 30, 37. So 37, 35. It's around 35%. If she starts to sing more, it'll go up higher, because singing is part of her joy. So when you are operating in joy, you know what I'm saying? I will hope she continues her lessons, even though the role is over, only because, singing is her joy. Singing puts her in that role. Oh yeah, her treasure chest is already 100. I already know it's 100%. Look at that, perfect, 100%. Her treasure chest, her sense of sisterhood, and it takes a community and a village, 100%, no problem. Okay, one turn around being her seated hawk. Seated hawk is one of those things that come with age. It's kind of like the counterpart is the eagle, and that definitely comes with age, because young boys, it's rare to see a young boy intuit any type of plan. Like I got this far off goal, and I know exactly what to do, and I'm gonna delegate these steps. They just don't have it. That comes with age and experience. At this point, is 25%. Okay, so the last one is her moon. 5%. It's about 65%. 65% moon. 65% moon. Okay, so her treasure chest is at 100%. Legging rose at 35%. I suggest she continue to sing, because singing is her joy, and that definitely will go up more and add to her especially when she's feeling low. She should sing her freaking heart out. Moon is at 65% and Seated Hawk is at 25%. I also suspect that this will go up too as well. Like Monique with it's kind of like a cold time, you know. You don't get good unless there's pressure. You know, diamonds aren't born unless there's pressure. Not that she ain't been through a lot of pressure, but this is new, different pressure. You know, everything she's been up to now, she's been through. She knows how to navigate. But this is kind of like new, different pressure. We're going to figure out her positive color. And this is just a color. Colors are frequency. So it's just like manifesting, whatever you want to manifest. You try to have to match that frequency and keep that in your thought and your colors and all that. The colors are frequencies, just like numbers and angles are a certain vibration and frequency. So I'm going to do her positive color frequency. And this is something that she should keep in her space just to like preserve, you know, her auric field, strengthen her auric field, strengthen her feminine archetype, and just keep something, just an extra tool in her box against all of the rigmarole that's coming at her. So let's do that part now. I'm seeing, so I have to douse it. Is it a lime green? It's lime green. So if she wears lime green? Lime green. I think I saw her in like a yellowish on USA Today, which is good. She can keep it like it have a little tint of green where it's still elegant, but not like just a tint of green, lime green, just a tint will do her well. She wears that, that'll be good for her. Should she have it in her space? No, this is something that she should wear. So jewelry, you know, accessories, hair if she want to do it, makeup, clothes, shoes, whatever she wants to wear, just a hint of lime green, or she want to go full lime green for the next 3 months if she can. So that's like, if you can't wear, like she has this beautiful blue on right now, so it would be like a nice little accent, either jewelry or maybe like one of her earrings could be like a lime green stone. That would be perfect. Guess that trivia archetype where I mix and match a bit of tantra archetype with a bit of dowsing, so we know the percentage of our beloved stars and celebrities archetypes.